The Cast Compass Podcast, hosted by Michelle and Lisa Cast. Welcome to the Cast Compass Podcast. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Lisa. And we're a couple of moms, and your hosts on this wild, beautiful ride called life.
We're here to help you navigate your next phase, whether that's family building, career shifts, personal growth, or rewriting the story of what your life should look like.
Our path hasn't been traditional. IVF, job losses, parenting through chaos, starting over in our 40s. But we've learned how to trust our gut and follow our compass, even when it's scary.
Each week we'll bring real talk, a little astrology, a lot of heart, and stories that make you feel seen.
So if you're craving connection, clarity, and maybe a cocktail along the way, welcome home. Welcome to the Cast Compass Podcast. We're Michelle and Lisa, partners in life, moms to our 3-year-old son, Leo.
And guides for anyone navigating their next big chapter. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Lisa.
And this is episode 8.
Starting something new. The messy magic of building a dream.
When people say, I don't know how you do it, we laugh because neither do we.
But we are doing it, even if it's not perfect.
Yeah.
And here's the real story behind building the Cast Compass and everything we've taken on this year.
What? What do you mean, everything?
Everything. We're only halfway through the year, which is wild.
But it's going so fast.
It's flying.
I mean, it's absolutely, and when this airs, it will be July.
Whoa.
So a little more than halfway through the year.
Wow.
Yeah, Pride is over, but here we are, July.
Big
All
moves.
right.
So how we met and started creating together, we actually started podcasting back in 2013. Super crazy.
So crazy.
Been together forever and ever and ever.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been part of our journey. From coaching to fertility to family building to now, there's always been this thread of wanting to share what we've learned and create something together.
Yeah, I mean, it started with our health and fitness journey. So, it's just no surprise that this is where we find ourselves again.
Well, we're always doing something
big. And this is where we're going to check in with our compass again later in this episode. Every time we come back to it, though, the vision does tend to get a little sharper. And if you watched our Saturn episode, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. It's like we've been casting this compass in pieces for a decade or more, and now it's finally landing. I actually feel I feel that. I just got a little chill moment, a little emotional to be it's stuff takes a long time, y'all. Even if you feel like you weren't working towards it, we have been.
Well, that's because we've had, corporate jobs. Mm-hmm. We've had extracurriculars, but we've kept boop, boop.
Yeah.
Let's going to put this piece down, put that puzzle piece down. And
it's true.
Yeah.
And here we are.
This
isn't just a podcast. For me, it's a business. For us, it's a brand, a platform. Right now, I'm juggling coaching, astrology readings, growing on TikTok and Instagram, which is something we've done together. Building TikTok shop, which by the time this is airing, hopefully I've already
sold something.
Girl, I've been making my first 6 figures. I'm not even setting small. I'll have 10 readings, 6 figures by July 1st, y'all.
Oh, if that's the case, I'm gonna hold you to it.
Hear me, universe.
The universe hears you.
And so that means I just have to get a few viral TikTok shop videos. We got this. Mm-hmm. Trying to carve out time to finish Passive Digital Mastery, which actually is a very fast track to 6 figures. Mm-hmm. Anyone listening, I have a lot more to come on this. All while keeping our house running and prepping for summer with a 3-year-old. It's July. We're already in summer.
So we hit over 1,000 followers on TikTok in June. Actually, hopefully.
It was end of May.
Yeah, it was that. Yes, that's right. It was the end of May. It was 1,200 followers in less than a week.
At the time of this airing, we have over 1,500.
No, by the time this airs.
Oh, at the time of
recording,
we have 1,500.
Maybe even 16 right now.
Take a look. Check.
So that was a huge win because it got Michelle into TikTok shop, which
quickly.
Yes.
Some people, it takes a while.
Right.
Yeah.
And now we've been figuring out how to use TikTok shop as another income stream.
So last night, Lisa's like, look at these Adidas. And I'm like, you're showing me Sambas? I am obsessed with Sambas. Lisa, I can't buy Sambas right now. She's like, Michelle, they have a refundable sample.
Yeah. And you were like, oh, yeah. I don't have these. No, that was my favorite. I texted it to her. I was downstairs doing something. She's working. She's like, I don't have these. I was like, I know you don't have them. She's like, okay. I was like, hello, they're
Girl,
in TikTok
you
shop.
can get them.
Free sample.
Not a free sample.
What is it called?
It's a refundable sample.
Oh,
So when you
refundable
make a
sample.
certain amount of sales,
You get your money
you
back.
get your money back
for
on
the
the
sample.
Yeah.
Pride Month has also been a huge period of growth for us online, and it's made us feel so much more connected to our LGBTQ plus community.
This is very poignant for me, though, because I've had a hard time identifying in the LGBTQ community because the LGBTQ, I don't always feel accepted.
What, is that a thing people say?
You never heard that?
No! Am I under a rock?
The LGBTQ. You are witnessing live Lisa hearing it for the first time.
Under a rock.
True reaction. And this episode, Lisa's singing. No, but in all honesty, we follow a lot of our LGBTQ influencer friends, and I'm always in awe of them and the way they put their lives out there. And yes, we put our lives out there, but we haven't necessarily been like waving the pride flag in the background of our content. And so the fact that our equality video with Pink Pony Club is the video that hit for us, it was kind of like this moment for me of acceptance of like, oh, I am a part of this community and it is an amazing supportive community and I should own it. And like, I'm not in the closet by any means whatsoever, but it just made me feel a little bit prouder.
Yeah.
How about you?
I totally agree with you on that. I definitely have always felt like we couldn't really find our place.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting. And people of all walks of life have come to that post and commented and supported us. And I was like, oh, there is a place for me. Maybe it's not in the middle of our town, but...
I mean, but even in the middle of our town, our neighbor wore... But how cool was that today?
I know. Our neighbor came by, knocked on the door, and handed us a bottle of champagne and a card to say congratulations. And I was like, what's this for? And she's like, for your new venture.
So
and
amazing.
She meant the podcast and the Cast Compass.
And she's a liberal, accepting person.
Yes, and her son is gay.
Part of the LGBTQ.
And I said, happy Pride. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. It was really fantastic. We hit the jackpot for sure. But that post definitely made me feel like I did belong.
Yeah, because when Lisa and I were younger, we were very young when we got in a relationship. We went to a gay bar once in New York City. We were standing on the bathroom line. Lisa was in the bathroom. We were overweight. I know, the overweight gays, right? We don't really get all the love.
Some of us, some of y'all out there. Not so nice to us.
Not so nice to the overweight gays. Anyway, we were on the bathroom line, and I was waiting for Lisa, and a girl actually said to me, what are you doing here? I'm like, my girlfriend's in the bathroom. And she was like, okay, sure. This is just a phase. As a member of the LGBTQ community, not like a friend or family member who was judging me. I think from that moment on, I just left a taste in our mouths. So this kind of...
A bad taste in our mouths.
That reminds me of rubbing me odd.
I know. I was like...
It left a taste.
Yeah.
An aftertaste.
You are so... I can't.
It rubs me odd.
And you're so serious, too. It left a taste in our mouth.
It left a taste. Truly. And it wasn't a good one.
Clutching my pearls.
Taste the rainbow. Literally. I can't. I love us so much.
Shall we get back?
Yes. So to bring it back to the outline.
Let us return.
We are growing this while we're living it. It's imperfect. It's chaotic, but it's ours.
It is.
I just cried off all my eye makeup.
Ooh, okay, so the big challenges so far. The biggest challenges for me has been time. It will always be time.
For all of us. For both of us. Literally.
And don't tell me Beyonce has the same amount of time in a day as I do.
Beyonce has an assistant, a chef, a trainer.
Parents who started it all for her.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get us wrong. We love Beyonce.
No, I know. Oh, yeah, we love Bay. We're being so shady in this episode. We're Bayhive.
Where's our fan?
We should have brought it.
We should have brought it.
We have our cups though.
Just made sure we got our cups.
Oh my gosh, we still have to record with two guests, y'all.
It's good. High energy.
Oh my gosh.
So between Leo, our son, our child,
Yeah,
not our son's sign, home life, my corporate job, and working on all this, there just isn't enough time.
No.
Nah. And some days the doubt creeps in, and so does the exhaustion.
Literally.
Yeah.
Poor Lisa. She's like scraping me off the floor every night, basically carrying me to bed, and she can barely carry herself to bed.
I know.
The other thing that's been hitting, and this is like a real struggle with social media, with my business, with everything, imposter syndrome. It really hits me hard. And a lot of the times I'll be like scrolling social, looking at other influencers being like, oh, our content's not aesthetic. Oh, we're not photographers. Oh, we don't have a photo shoot. Why? Like, why do I do that? And like I said, when I'm doing readings sometimes or I'm launching something new, I wonder, like, who am I to do this? Like, I'm not XYZ. And then I remember I've lived this. We both have. Why must I compare myself to others? People always love what we do.
Don't compare and despair.
No need for that. So what have been some of the biggest joys so far? Really, it's been so amazing when people book readings and tell me that it felt like coming home. I had a couple of readings that went so well. I had a couple of readings that I was like, ooh, like I don't know if that landed. Obviously, I'm still learning, but that is really the greatest feeling when it goes really well and people really feel like it made a difference for them. Also, content creation, like I said, it's been feeling more natural because it's really been rooted in truth, and it's really been starting to feel a lot more like self-expression and not so much like, let me put on this camera and perform right now, you know, and I really love that for us.
Seeing the TikTok growth, for me, that's been huge because
it feels like it's paying off.
Yeah, so movement there, getting messages from other two-mom families, and knowing that we're not alone, that's everything. Yeah, love that.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, you know, we're building something that blends astrology, storytelling, strategy, and soul. We want women in transition throughout their lives, whatever they're transitioning into, whether it's motherhood, a new career, a new home, to feel supported. And we want LGBTQ families like ours to feel seen.
We're also building a life that Leo gets to witness, and hopefully he's proud of his moms.
Yeah, and I think about this a lot. I'm like, I don't want to work too hard and not enjoy life with him, but like the payoff, I hope he sees like that we were building something that was really all for him.
Oh, he will.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely will. You know, a life where passion and purpose are a part of the story.
And, you know, not just the passion and the purpose, but we want passive income. We want to be able to enjoy life with Leo.
Right.
You know, I mentioned passive digital mastery, you know, TikTok shop. We want sustainability. We want to get out of debt. You know, we want to create from a place of joy, not just from survival. I think that's the difference and the problem right now.
Right.
You know, and that's also manifestation. If you kind of, even though we are in a place of survival, try to keep in mind that place of joy, you do attract more easily.
Right.
That's also, we have been working on that.
We have. And that's also, gratitude comes into that as well.
Yeah.
So what's your compass pointing to, right? Back in episode 1, I said if you keep coming back to something, it's probably meant for you.
Yeah.
And we've come back to this over and over, and it always feels right. That's my compass right now, following what keeps pulling me back.
And I want to also pull that compass back to your book. Let's see how long I keep the pause here for the video versus the audio. Lisa's writing a memoir.
I was writing a memoir. I'm not currently writing anything.
Hopefully soon you are.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Soon.
You know, actually, we were supposed to mention that in the Saturn episode, and we forgot to mention that.
How is that possible? I thought you put a note there.
Yes.
Did we
we missed that note. And I'm going to bring it up right now, you know, because you are with your Aries in the 5th house, and it's about expression. So don't forget that.
Well.
Oh, actually, your 11th house right now. Aries in the 11th, right? Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because you were Capricorn in the 5th house during that last cycle, and that's when you were working really hard on your book.
That's true.
So anyway.
I was, yes.
Yeah, just a thought. COVID. And in episode 1, when we did that little segment, What's Your Compass Pointing To? I said I wanted to shift from grind into pride. I feel like I mentioned 50 times throughout this episode that that's exactly what I have been feeling. Yeah. And I really do feel like I'm finally doing that. I'm not really just reacting anymore. Some days I'm reacting like, I got to do this and figure out this. But I do know that at this point, I really am building something. We're building something.
Yes.
And I'm really proud of it.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
So I really also wanted to thank everyone who came out to the New York Solar Fair night market. That was such a special moment. It was my first time doing readings like at an event like that.
On the spot.
Face to face.
Yeah.
So yeah, really thank you to everyone who was a part of that.
It also felt like such a full circle Pride moment.
Yeah, for sure.
We were showing up as ourselves, sharing what we do, and meeting so many incredible people. And we're just getting started.
We really are. Every time we say that, I really feel it. And of course, you can always book a natal chart reading at any time at thecastcompass.com.
If you've loved this season of the podcast, the best way to support us is to leave a review, share it with a friend, or message us with your favorite moment. We love hearing from you.
I think today would be like a lot of favorite moments because this is a funny one.
Yeah.
We really had our giggles. I always love when we get our giggles.
Same.
And listen, if you're ready to explore your chart, join the next season of The Coaching Container. It's all linked in the show notes. We are so grateful you're here, truly building this while parenting, while navigating real life. It's messy, but it's also magic. And your support makes it all worth it.
This podcast is just one part of the dream that we're building. And the fact that you're listening means the world to us.
And stay tuned because our next episode will kick off a whole new season of stories, strategy, and soul.
We're just getting started.
Follow and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if this already feels like home, which we really hope it does, leave us a review and share the show with a friend.
And let us know what you want us to dive into next. We're building this with you.
Bye. The Cast Compass Podcast. New episodes every week.
Follow, rate, and share with someone who needs a little direction.